This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, hello everyone. Very good morning to all. So in last session, we discussed about form handling. Now we're going to discuss about a new concept called references in React. Okay, let me show you one small thing. How to work with these references and all, we will talk about REFS. Refs in React are references in React, whatever it may be. You can take anyone, refs in React or references in React. Simply, for example, I have an element in the DOM. For example, I have a div like this, and ID is equal to some data or whatever it may be. In JavaScript, how can we access this element? We know that document.getElementById, document.getElementById. In this, you can pass data. That's all. That is a way of accessing. For example, in the same JavaScript, you have an input element like input type is equal to text. You have something called text and ID is equal to uname. To access the text box value, we will write the same, right? Document dot get element by ID of uname dot value. So I mean, if you want to get the value of the input field, this is what we will do in the JavaScript, right? Now the same I want to go here. Here it is going to be React. If the same two elements are available in React, so how can we access these elements in the React? That is nothing but references in React. So here what we need to do. So we can use document get element by ID also in React, no problem. We already seen get element by ID dot add event listener, something we worked earlier, right? But there is a concept called references. By using the references concept also, we can access the DOM elements. To work with references, first of all, we have to create a ref. We have to create a ref. We have to create a references. We have a method in the React package. React is a library. In this React library, we have a method. The method is going to be create ref is a method. By using this method, we can create a ref. So now you can see how can we create a ref. For example, I'm taking one variable. Let uname equal to, we have to use react dot create ref is the way of creating the ref. Ref is created for the username field, right? This is the way you have, right? Okay. For example, you want to access the div, right? Let us take one more thing. Let data div equal to, again, react dot create ref. Ref is created. Once ref is created, the ultimate goal of this is here, we have to bind the ref to the element ID. So not by using ID. So if you have ID, we can write get element by ID. But here we will use an attribute called ref attribute. Ref is equal to uname. You have to do like this, right? Uname. And if it is going to be this is right. So now you are what you need. Sorry, this is going to be data div. Ref is equal to data div ref. And for this, you can take ID, no problem. Now I'm adding the ref is equal to, what is the ref you created? Uname ref you created. You have to bind the ref like this. Actually, if it is in a functional component like this, if it is in a class component, we have to create like this dot ref, this dot uname ref. If it is in a class, okay. So let me do one thing. If you are in a class component, ref will be created like this. But in a functional component, we have other way to create a ref. Remember carefully, this is in the class component, this dot uname ref, this dot data ref. This is the way. In the functional component, we don't have this keyword, keep it in mind. So when I am binding, we have to write this dot data div and this dot uname div. This is what exactly you need to do. Understand? Right. Now the ref is created and we have to attach that ref to the element by using ref attribute. So this is the ref creation. Generally, where we will create the refs, I will use the constructor function. We know why we use constructor function. Whatever the logic you're writing in the constructor, that is going to be available automatically inside of it. Okay, now? Right. This is going to be the ref function. Okay, right. Exactly. So whatever the we know constructor purpose, whatever the logics we are writing in the constructor, they are going to be available automatically for each and every method. Generally, this JSX is available in render method now. So we know that this is going to be kept into render method. In the render method, so we have to access the variables, ref variables you declared inside of the constructor into render method. So how can we? Definitely by using this keyword. One method variable, if you want to access in other method, definitely we have to use the concept called something. So now what I want to do here, so you can go with the return. So this is written, right? So inside the return, so we can add the JSX. This is what you need to do. Okay, let me go to the action. So I'm going to create one component here. Some simple component is going to be ref demo. You can create in the src. I'm creating the component with the name called ref demo.js. You can take any file name. File name is your choice completely. Let us create rce. I'm creating a class component. Let us remove the default export from here. Right. So here, let me take a h1 tag open, h1 tag close. I'm writing simply refs demo. Simply, I'm adding the concept. First, let me do one thing. Let me close all these form components earlier we created. Let me close this also. Now you can see. In this, the form just now you created a component refs demo. This is the file ref demo. Sorry, ref demo is the component we created. Let me remove this form component from here. Okay, now right. So this is going to be right. So now you can check this exactly what we are going to do here. Refs demo. Extends component render return something. Okay, this is all well. Let me check my server is running. My god, it is not slow. Okay. Let me come here, localhost colon 3000. So we can see that message only, just some message. Okay, meanwhile, let me go to my class component. Let me create a constructor or const. Okay, or const. Here, can you see in the top of the page you have import react, right? Import react and component. In the react package, we have the create ref method. So what we need to do, let take one variable here, data div equal to react dot create ref. Can you see the method is getting suggestion here? This is the ref creation. Once a ref is created, now you can see. Let me do one thing. Inside of it, I'm taking, or else directly you can ref this, right? Ref attribute by using ref is equal to, you have to write this dot data div. Exactly how to write like this. But one thing, this should be also have ref. This dot data div is equal to something. Actually, here we don't need ref. Actually, create just like this. Inside the constructor, we don't need to use let or identifiers const or something like this. Just we can do like this. This dot data div is equal to react dot create ref. So once a ref is created, that ref we have to bind to an element by using ref attribute. That's all. This is all done. So now let me check this whether it is running. So okay, you can run the file. Okay, it is again compiling. Okay, now no problem. And you can go to the browser. You are getting refs demo. And you have any error in the console also, you can check this. I don't have any error in the console. But how to access the ref div? For example, I told you this is the get element by id like this, right? If you want to design this div generally in javascript, right? Generally we will write something called style is an attribute, style dot property, for example background color. Okay, background GROUND background color C capital in JavaScript, right? So color is equal to, you are adding red. This is the way, right? Now, once page has been loaded, the same I want to do for this also. How can I do this for this also? You can see. How do I know the component has been rendered successfully? We know that component did mount is a method. When this method will be called? Once it has been completely rendered, this method will be called finally. Once after rendering, I want to design the data div, right? So how can we access this? Don't do anything. Just I'm going to write console.log. In this dot data div, can we see what it is going to represent? So on load the page, you created constructor. After that, you appended the ref to the uh, div element. See, we know execution order also. First constructor will be called. After that, render will be called. Finally, component mount will be called. So what I am doing, I created a ref here. I'm just binding that ref to the element. Why? Because to access wherever you want the particular element. Now I'm printing. So once after this is created and it will be rendered, while rendering, ref is added to the element. Now after rendering, I am trying to access that element. So let us see what is the output of the program. Can you see? You are getting current div. So what is the current? It is giving an object current. If I keep the mouse here, can you see on the left side the div is highlighting? So it is an object. So what I want to see here, I am able to see data div dot current. Remember carefully. current. Current is the property. Now you can check this. If I refresh, this is the div you are getting. This is the div you are getting, and the div information completely we are having here. So earlier it is a current. It's an object. Object property is their current property. So data div dot current. So if you want to design this, let me show you one thing. So now we understand that this dot data div dot current, current dot style. So the same you can write get element by id na dot style background color ground background color equal to, I am writing something called red. Can we see what is going to be happen? So if it is a JavaScript case, what we will do? Document dot get element by ID. In this ID, we will write the ID, and here we are going to write dot style dot background color. This is what we will do now. Exactly, color is equal to red. If it is a JavaScript case, by using ID, but in the React, so the element we are able to access by using current div, this dot data div dot current. From here it is going to be style dot background color is the red. Okay, let me remove this for right now. I don't want to add that. And you can refresh the page. Now you can see color red is added to it. Like this, if you want to add multiple properties, now you can check this. I want to add color. Now I want to take only color. Color is going to be white. I'm going to take this as a WHIT white color. Now if we can check this, color white is added. I want to add some padding also. Now if you want to add some padding, you can take the padding property, padding padding. So you can take 10 pixels, right? Now you can check this, refresh the page, padding is also added. So now what you are saying that, sir, how can we add all the properties at a time? We have already the property. Now I written something like this, right? You are writing the properties like this, right? So now you can check this. All, how can we add them? Now you can see this dot current div to this current div dot style dot. We have a property called CSS text. This will add multiple properties. Now I'm writing background color colon red. So normal color colon white white color you can provide hash FFFF. And after that, what are you having? Background color red, color white, and padding. So all the properties we can write like this. But remember, in CSS text, we will write the CSS property as it is. But in the normal style dot property, in this point of time, you have to remove uh, hyphen symbol in the properties declaration. Definitely we cannot see hyphen symbols. So in CSS text everything will look like a string, so we can add the properties like this. But in this point of time, you have to add background color C capital, hyphen should be removed. For example, you have padding top, so T capital, hyphen should be removed. So now you can check this, same thing will be worked for you, whatever you want expected here. Exactly, this is the way of creating. For example, you have another div. For example, I have this title div, I have some paragraph div. So whatever it may be, for example, you have para div. Okay, this is the para. This is some description I'm taking, the SCRIP1. This is some description. To this description, you want to create a ref. Let us go to the ref. Now I'm going to create a ref. This dot P-A-R-A, pararef. Okay, that is your choice completely. I'm taking this as simply pref equal to react dot react dot react dot create ref is the method, so we can use like this. Now we can check this pref. Pref is the property. Once ref created, we have to bind to this element. Na? Ref is equal to pref. P-R-E-F, pref. So this is going to be the same again. If you want to check this, can you see pref is displayed? So pref is not defined. Oh, sorry, this dot pref. You have to add this dot pref. Now we can check this. This dot. Okay, this is also coming. Something error. I have refreshed the page. Okay, this is some description you are getting, right? So for example, you want to access any other information of this paragraph tag element. For example, you have the following div. For this paragraph tag, you want to add one property, or you want to hide, or you want to show something. Yes, this is all about the concept. Hide and show. So display and display block. You can take two buttons, on click the button, on click the button. We can add, we can hide and show the elements also. For example, even if we can take a button, we can ref the button also. Now you can check this. I'm going to take one button, button tag open, button tag close. I'm writing hide. I'm writing one more thing called show, 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 and this is going to be hide. So hide and show. So for this also, I am going to create two more refs. This dot hide ref, href. I'm taking href is equal to react dot create ref, react dot create ref. Like this, we will create the refs. I'm writing this dot sref, 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 show ref is equal to buttons. Actually, these are. You can take any name here. It's not predefined. sref, href are not predefined. So these are the variables. You can take anything here. So I'm taking the tag name href and sref only. Now you can bind to this them, right? Now you can check this. I'm binding ref attribute is equal to this dot href. This is going to be this dot href is added, and here also we can take the ref equal to this dot sref. That's all. So ref is added. Once these refs are added, how can we bind an event to this? Now you can check this. This dot href, href is equal to href dot current element. We will get like this dot add event listener, event listener. In this, I'm binding click event, comma. We can bind a function directly like this now. We can write a callback function like this. Okay, we can do like this also. Let me do some alert message here, whether on click this, are we getting the alert or not? Now you can check this whether it is binded or not. I'm clicking hide, you're getting alert, right? So this is all look like JavaScript only. So add event listener, but the only thing, if it is a JavaScript case, we will write document dot get element by id dot add event listener. But in the ref sense concept, we have to use this dot ref dot current. So the element will give you the current information of the element dot add event listener. We're adding something like this. So for example, you want to hide the particular paragraph tag, right? So where is the paragraph tag you want to hide? For example, I want to this dot uh, pref, pref dot current dot style, style dot display, display equal to none. Okay, this is going to be none exactly. This is going to be none exactly. The same, you want to bind the same property to the show also. No? Now you can see this is going to be sref. Sref dot click function display block. I want right display block. Now paragraph tag is going to be hide and show. On click the button. Now you can see I'm clicking hide, I'm clicking show. Can you see the same how we are doing this? JavaScript also we did how we can implement something like this, right? So this is what exactly the concept of accessing the DOM elements. For example, not only this, you can create one input field. Let me take one input field. I'm taking a div class name equal to form group, group form group. This is going to be, in this we can take a label. How can we access the input form field value? You can see I'm writing something called username. you know input type equal to text. Okay, this is going to be text, and class name equal to form controller, form control, form control. Now you can check this text box is created. So once you enter the value inside the text box, we have to access it now. So actually, when we are working with refs concept, we don't want on change event handler and anything not required actually. You can see what I will do here. Here I am taking the ref. Oh, we didn't create any ref, kada? So go and create one ref here. Now you can check this. I'm creating this dot input ref. I'm creating one ref with name input ref is equal to react dot create ref. Like this, we can create the refs and we can bind whatever the element you want to access, create a ref and bind the ref to the element. Now you can check this. You have to add by using ref attribute, ref is equal to this dot input ref. Input ref is created. So once you submit the button, we can access the following field also, guys. Here now you can check this. I'm taking one button open button would get data. So on click this function, I want to get data. On click is equal to process form, this dot process process form, right? So now what is going to be happen, this function should be defined here. Now you can check this. I'm going to define the function. This is the function we are having. Inside of it, we have to get the value, right? On submit, how can we get the value? Nothing. Console.log this dot input ref dot current dot value and document dot get element by id dot value, right? In the same manner I taken, let me check this. I'm entering some data here, test, and if you can click this, now you can see the data entered by you is collected here. But form handling with refs also we can do, but most of the people in real time they will go with the what is that is called form handling with the state object only, right? That may be a functional component, that may be a class component, but it is better to use the concept called state to work with the forms. I think in the previous session we seen 3 forms we created, form 1, form 2, form 3, like this. You can use any one of them. I think it will become easy for us to work with the form handling. So like this we can create the ref and we can bind the data. Okay, let me do one more scenario. You can have the form. I'm going to take the form here. So let me take the form tag, open form tag, close. Inside the form, let me keep the button. So I want to take one more field here, right? On click is equal to process form. Actually, button type should be button. Button type is equal to submit. I am taking our input type submit. So if you want to send the data to server, definitely you have to do like this, right? Then what I want to do, not on click, I want to fire this function on submit the form. We know that already we see in the previous session. This is going to be on submit on submit equal to this dot process form. Then what is going to be happen here? Now you can check this. I am taking this test, and if you can submit, the same is getting, but page is refreshing. So to avoid that page refreshness, what we can do, now you can go here. Now I'm going to pass an event as a parameter. Now you can check this event dot prevent default, save event dot prevent default. Now if you can refresh the page, the form will never refreshes. Okay, what is happen? Event e na, sorry. This is not event, this is going to be e. So we pass the parameter as e na. So we have to take e as a parameter. Now you can refresh the page. Now you can submit this. I entered some data. If you can submit, data is posted to console, but we don't have any error. Like this, you are going to take one more field. This is input refer. Let me do one thing. I'm going to create one more ref here. So this is going to be email ref. Let us take this dot email ref equal to, I'm taking something called react dot create ref. Ref is created like this. So always these refs are created in the constructor. Why we will create in the constructor? We know that if we define something in the constructor, that is automatically available for every function. We can access in the read mount function, we can access in this function, we can access in the render function and everywhere. So now what I'm doing, Let me create one more field here. Div class is equal to form group, form group form group. Here we can take something called label tag open, label tag close. This is going to be email, and this is going to be input type is equal to text. I'm taking this as a text, and definitely class name is equal to form control. So you enter role form control. And here, what is the one more thing we are having? Ref is should be added to it. Now you can see the ref is going to be email ref. So now on submit, what we can do here, we can collect the data and we can post the data to server. Right now you can see what I am doing. I'm not validating. I'm just sending the data by using AXIOS axios.post. In this endpoint URL, comma, the data. So what we will do generally, let data equal to, you can prepare an object here, something called username colon, this is, and email colon, email ref dot current dot value. So this is what exactly we prepared an object. This data object we have to pass here. The same story, guys, what we implemented here, dot then dot catch, dot catch, and both are having the callback function with response parameter, res response as a parameter, and this is also we have a callback function with error parameter, error, right? So that's all. We can handle the error and we can handle the success here. That's all. Now you can take the same here. What is that is called http colon slash slash tutorslog.com, tutors tutors log.com slash user dot php. So here, what we have to do always when you are sending data to server, we have to write json dot parse, json dot stringify. So what is going to be happen? The data will be converted into JSON data, right? The JSON data we can send it to server. Server will collect the data, and if you can print this response, console.log of response, if you can print it, res, that's all. If you have any error, that is going to be do the same job, console.log. This is what exactly the way of handling. But my suggestion, if you want to handle the form, if you want to work with the form, always use the yesterday's, I mean the previous scenario. It is always good idea. Now I'm sending some data test, I'm sending some data test at mail.com. Now if you can submit this, the data will be posted to server, you will get the response. Now I'm getting the response. What is the response we are getting? Status success, something we are getting from the server. Right. So this is what exactly we can see how we can pass the data to server. The same we did in the previous session, but we are also doing, but here refc is nothing but to access the DOM elements. How can we access the DOM elements? That's the major concept of the refs. So the same concept available in functional components also. We have a hook, use ref hook is there. By using that use ref hook also, we can work with the uh, references in the functional component. Okay, this is the concept we are having done. Guys, the next thing I want to talk about tomorrow, I have some concepts are there pending. I want to discuss something called higher order component and React fragments, React portals. This they won't take much time. I will discuss on some other free time when I have some free time. But tomorrow I'm going to start the concept called hooks. So hooks is the major concept. Whatever you did as of now in the functional component, the same I want to do in the class component. Sorry, whatever you did in the class component, the same I want to do in the functional component by using the hooks concept. We have to know at least some hooks here. There are some important hooks are there. Let us talk about those hooks tomorrow, guys. Okay, all right. You have any doubts, let me know, please.